disability, which makes reading, holding a book, or turning a page difficult or impossible. The content is copyrighted by the respective publishers. For more information, please visit us on the web at nfradioreading.org.
Around Our Area continues now on the Niagara Frontier Radio Reading Service. Your reader for this hour is Sally Herzog. Now we go to our first paper, the Southtowns Bee, and this is the West Seneca, Orchard Park, and East Aurora newspapers. It is the Thursday, April 9th, 2026 edition. We go to our first article, Pekarik resigns from West Seneca Town Board. This is by Eric Kepler. West Seneca Town Council member Jeffrey A. Pekarik resigned from the town board on Monday, effective immediately. In the letter, Pekarik wrote that he is resigning from his elected position as town council member to focus on other professional endeavors. The resignation came ahead of a special town board meeting scheduled for 6 p.m. Monday that would have included an executive session, discussion of a disciplinary matter, and a vote. That meeting was canceled following Pekarik's resignation. Multiple sources said that Pekarik released confidential information from executive session to members of the public, and the West Seneca Republican Committee acknowledged that Pekarik is no longer a member in good standing with the organization. West Seneca Supervisor Gary Dixon released a statement on Tuesday afternoon. The resignation of Councilman Pekarik follows the online publication last week of numerous texts from him to a third party in which he divulged the details of confidential discussions between town board members in executive session. This is a blatant violation of the town's ethic code and a serious betrayal of public trust. Executive sessions are used to discuss sensitive topics such as ongoing litigation, labor negotiations, and the hiring and discipline of town employees. Leaking the content of such discussions can damage the town's interests and cause embarrassment or hurt the reputation of innocent parties, Dixon said. Democrats also were critical of Pekarik's alleged actions. The West Seneca Democratic Committee came into possession of texts sent by Councilmember Pekarik through West Seneca residents. These texts related to confidential personnel matters, ongoing litigation involving the town and businesses appearing before the town board. It was clear from reviewing these texts that Councilman Pekarik was aiming to further his own personal political interests, and those texts were subsequently reported to the West Seneca Town Board and Ethics Board. When the sitting councilman betrays the public trust by using confidential information to advance his own political agenda, it should offend everyone who calls West Seneca home, West Seneca Democratic Committee Chair Amy Kobler said in a statement. She also called any betrayal that Pekarik resigned solely to focus on other professional endeavors a dishonest representation to West Seneca voters, and called on the West Seneca Town Board to be transparent on the issue. But West Seneca resident James Raymond, a frequent and outspoken critic of the town board, painted Pekarik as a whistleblower. Closed-door executive sessions, a lack of transparency in response to FOIL requests, and what many perceive as political retribution, created an environment where Jeff felt compelled to speak directly with residents, Raymond said in a letter to the editor. He believes in standing up for the citizens of this town and making sure they were informed. A lifelong resident of West Seneca, Pekarik graduated from the State University of New York College at Buffalo with a bachelor's degree in business administration with a concentration in management. He is a member of the West Seneca Kiwanis Historical Society and the Chamber of Commerce. Pekarik was elected to the West Seneca Town Board for a 4-year term in 2019 and was re-elected in 2023. His current term expires at the end of 2027. I thank the people of this town for choosing to elect and re-elect me to serve as their town councilman, especially as someone who is viewed by many as an enormous long shot when I first declared my candidacy in early 2019. I can say that your continued support has truly meant a great deal to me, Pekarik said Monday afternoon in a Facebook post. He added that was proud of many of the town board's accomplishments during his tenure, including improvements at the town parks, upgrades at West Seneca Senior Center, 5 years without a town property tax increase, improvements of the town's credit rating, and the addition of term limits. I have always believed strongly in our town motto, West Seneca, proud past and unlimited future. It has been the honor of a lifetime to serve our community for the past 6+ years. I wish our town nothing but the best going forward, Becerra continued. Dixon said the town board will move quickly to appoint someone to fill the vacant position for the remainder of this year. The position will then be on the ballot in November, and the winner will serve out the final year of Becerric's term in 2027. This means 2 races, 1 year apart, this November and next November, Dixon said. The candidates for the ballot this November will be selected by the county party organizations in late June or July. Theoretically, the person who the town board appoints soon could be a different person from the one who runs in November. Iroquois graduate recognized for contribution to public media. This is by Justin Sullivan. America's Public Television Stations, a nonprofit membership organization that represents the interests of U.S. public television, recently presented its inaugural 2026 Protect My Public Media Award to Buffalo Toronto Public Media, or BTPM's Director of Foundation and Government Relations, Lori Oberdorf. Oberdorf, an Alma native and graduate of Iroquois High School, was recognized for her leadership in advancing the Protect My Public Media grassroots campaign, an initiative aimed at strengthening public media support nationwide through her work at nonprofit Buffalo Toronto Public Media, the area's PBS or Public Broadcasting Service affiliate. During the campaign, Oberdorf led a wide-ranging outreach effort across western New York, organizing events at local businesses, farmers markets, and community gatherings. The campaign included distributing lawn signs, coordinating letter writing initiatives to federal representatives, and launching community-focused events such as Protect My Public Media Day and the Meet Use at the Market series. Lori's creativity, vision, and initiative in promoting Protect My Public Media and incorporating it into local station community events helped significantly increase the campaign's impact, said Kate Riley, President and CEO of America's Public Television Stations. Riley said Overdorf's work established a model for other stations by building a visible local presence and driving community engagement, efforts that helped inspire similar grassroots campaign across the country. Public media is significant for providing quality, non-commercial, and universally accessible information that focuses on civic education, local community needs, and underserved population rather than commercial profit. The award was presented March 3rd during the APTS Public Media Summit. A graduate of Canisius University, Oberdorf joined Buffalo Toronto Public Media in 2022 and has experience in nonprofit management, fundraising, grant writing, and government relations. Members support platforms include BTPM, PBS, BTPM NPR 88.7 in Buffalo, 91.3 in Olean, 88.1 in Jamestown. BTPM Classical at 94.5 in Buffalo, 89.7 WNJA in Jamestown. PTBM The Bridge 88.7 HD2 and 94.5 HD2 in Buffalo. BTPM Radio Billing 88.7 HD3. BTPM Create at PBS Kids and the BTPM YouTube channel. From Protect My Public Media Day, which was held in almost every county of western New York, to coordinating lawn signs delivery to every corner she could see, to say Lori went above and beyond is only a start, said Tom Calderon, President and CEO of Buffalo Toronto Public Media. Oberdorf said the campaign emphasized direct community engagement and collaboration among staff. I am honored to be the recipient of the 2026 Protect My Public Media Award, she said. I share this award with my colleagues at Buffalo Toronto Public Media, who all lent their talents to the effort. Prior to working at BTPM, Oberdorf worked as a director for the Lancaster National Speedway Verde on Gunville Road in Lancaster. National Speedway venue on Gunville Road in Lancaster. Additional information about Buffalo Toronto Public Media can be found at btpm.org. Teen of the Week. This is sponsored by Erie One Bosse's on Harlem Road in West Seneca. This week's Teen of the Week is Pharaoh DeFrancesco, a senior at Williamsville North High School. Fern has been described as a standout student who is very genuine, unique, and grounded. Over the last 4 years, he has been involved in numerous extracurricular activities and hobbies. He has demonstrated his leadership as both president and vice president of the Gender Sexuality Alliance. Fern also completed 3 years of German, earning entrance into the German National Honor Society. Outside of school, Fern enjoys sailing, rock climbing, and playing video games. But she's also interested in exploring voice acting, metalworking, and creative clothes and accessories. Fern has let her creative spirit and attitude shine, while her creative interests are bound, it's clear that Fern's greatest creative passion lies within theater, said Mia Jackson Miller, German teacher at Williamsville North High School. Highly involved in the arts, Fern participated in Spring Medley, a student-run production of original plays. Each year, she was a writer and producer and served as the musical vocal director. As an active member of the musical theater and drama club, Fern recently starred in the Patrick SpongeBob the Musical. Music plays a large part in Fern's life, acting as a form of self-expression. As a hobby, he enjoys the guitar and sometimes writes her own music. In the 10th grade, she was selected to participate in America's Music Abroad, a group of 100 students who chose to travel to Europe to perform traditional court music. This opportunity reflects Fern's musical talent and her ability to represent her community on an international stage. Interests and hobbies further reveal the depth of her character. Music plays a central role in Fern's life, whether performing, writing her own compositions, creating music through digital vocal workstations, or simply reflecting through sound, said Christian Davidson, school counselor at Williamsville North High School. Additionally, Fern has been a member of the Astronomy Club, the Dungeons and Dragons Club, and developed a hobby for photography. This hobby extended to digital art, mechanical keyboarding, computer technology, and music production. People often have photos as keepsakes for important events. I partly do photography because of that, but mostly because I just enjoy doing it, said Fern. As a volunteer project, she captured photos of individuals during their immigration stories and personal accounts of significant historical events, providing an opportunity for student photographers. What makes Fern exceptional is not simply the length of the list, it's the spirit behind it. She approaches everything with sincerity, sensitivity, and intellectual depth. After graduation, Fern plans to continue her creative pursuits in college, giving more experience in writing, which will ultimately pave the way for her film career. B Newspapers, in conjunction with a sponsor, will showcase exceptional seniors in 9 of our communities as Teen of the Week. The highlighted students will be conscientious, hardworking, and self-motivated individuals who continue to better their communities. These students exceed expectations and are enthusiastic learners. The student will be awarded a scholarship at the end of 26 or 25 and 26 school year. Spindle items. This is by Eric Kepler. Family likeness. Moms, do you and your child share the same smile, eyes, or expressions? Enter our Mother's Day contest by sharing a photo of a child who looks just like their mom. Whether it's the same smile, eyes, or expression, we want to see those family resemblances. Enter now through April 13th at at bnews.com. Winner will be announced April 23rd. The ayes have it. The Orchard Park Lions Club recently wrapped up its 2025-26 free eye screening program for the community's youth. The Orchard Park Lions have visited 4 elementary schools where 770 students were screened with a 7% referral rate, and 11 daycare facilities where 393 children were screened with 11% referral rate. Within the Western New York Lions District, 20-4 counties, 20,993 children were screened with a 19.6% referral rate. At the state level, the Lions screened 48,286 children with an 18.3% referral rate. This is an entirely free service the Lions provide to the community's youth to detect vision issues early so they can be corrected. If your school or daycare does not participate in this effort, you can reach out to your local Lions Club or Lions member to be part of the early childhood vision effort. Thanks for all you do. Narcan training. Staff from Spectrum Health Medication Assistance Treatment Team will once again share community resources and offer free training on the use of Narcan from noon until 3 p.m. on the second Friday of the month at the Town of West Seneca Community Center atrium at 1300 Union Road. Narcan will reverse the effects of an opioid overdose. Knowing how to properly administer Narcan to someone who may have accidentally overused a prescription pain medication or who used a street drug that was laced with powerful addictive can help save lives. The training takes only 2 minutes. The MAT team will be there on May 8th, June 12th, July 10th, and August 14th. Spectrum Health also operates a full-service counseling center at 326 Orchard Park Road in West Seneca. Rabies Vaccine Clinic. Erie County will host 2 rabies vaccine clinics in May for dogs, cats, and ferrets. The drive-through clinics are scheduled from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. Saturday, May 2nd, at the Town of Tonawanda Highway Garage at 450 Woodward Avenue in Kenmore, and Saturday, May 9th, at Buffalo Public School 84 at 462 Grider Street in Buffalo. Appointments are required and can be made at erie.gov/rabies vaccine or by calling 716-961-6800. Up to 3 pets per appointment will be accepted. Warmer weather means lots to do in West Seneca. Spring has arrived and summer is just around the corner. As residents celebrate West Seneca's 175th anniversary, I encourage everyone to rediscover the joy that summer can bring right here in our own backyard through our town's outstanding park system and recreation programs. Did you know that our town is home to 16 parks, numerous trails, and a wide range of recreation amenities? Nature enthusiasts can explore destinations such as Birchfield Art and Nature Center, where trails wind through wooded areas and gardens that beautifully blend art and nature. Mill Road Park, nestled near Casanova Creek, offers a peaceful setting for walking a dog or enjoying a picnic. West Seneca is a dog-friendly community. Just remember to keep your 4-legged companion leashed while visiting the parks. Veteran Park serves as a central gathering place during the warmer months. Come and enjoy the pool, splash pad, playgrounds, and picnic shelter, making it a perfect destination for families. A youth baseball game under the lights is a must-see summer experience. You can visit the library located in the community center or take a walk along the Veterans Walkway to Freedom. One of the highlights of the season is Community Days, hosted by West Seneca Civic and Patriotic Commission. This highly anticipated 3-day event will be held June 25th through the 27th and feature activities for all ages. Be sure not to miss the fireworks display on Saturday at dusk. Come early and bring your lawn chairs. Veterans Park also hosts Thursday concerts sponsored by the West Seneca Lions Club and the weekly farmers market, offering even more ways to enjoy summer in our community. Residents will find no shortage of activities throughout the park system, from watching youth softball games to bird watching to playing basketball, pickleball, or disc golf. For those seeking something more adventurous, try the bike pump track at Harlem Road, or take advantage of the fitness equipment at the soccer complex on Switzer Park. Prefer a leisurely pace? There are many parks that offer excellent opportunities to stay active, such as Fireman's Park and Tim Russett Park. Be sure to explore the offerings from the West Seneca Recreation Department, which offers a diverse selection of programs for all ages. From youth sports and summer camps to adult classes like introductory pickleball, these programs promote healthy lifestyles, community engagement, and fun for everyone. Summer program information is now available. For more details, contact the friendly staff at the Recreation Department or visit their website. West Seneca continues to make strong investments in its outdoor park and recreation system, recognizing their importance to residents' quality of life. Whether you're looking to stay active, relax in nature, or connect with your neighbors, our parks offer welcoming spaces for all ages. These are more than just recreational areas. They are places to recharge, create lasting memories, and celebrate the community spirit that makes West Seneca a wonderful place to call home. See you there. Probate and Nursing Home Medicaid Seminars. This is edited by Kenya Petty. Attorneys Robert Friedman and Rasenhofer, PC, drawing over 40 years of estate planning experience, will be presenting these seminars. 15 Ways to Avoid Probate. The latest estate and asset protection planning strategies, probate legal procedures, the risks and benefits of avoiding probate, the best forms of real estate ownership, common estate planning, mistakes, changes in estate and gift tax laws, the duties of trustees and executors, myths about living trusts, when to update your will, and preventing will contests. Amherst Center for Senior Services on Tuesday, April 21st from 4 until 5 p.m. and Orchard Park Senior Center on Thursday, May 28th from 10 until 11 a.m. And 14 Ways to Preserve Your Assets with the Medicaid laws. The latest strategies to preserve your assets if nursing home or assisted living care is necessary, and plan for incapacity with power of attorney, healthcare proxies, living wills, trust, transferring your home to family members, long-term care insurance, prepaid funeral accounts, IRAs, property documented gifts, spousal allowances and transfers, caregiver agreements, and emergency medical planning. This is at the Clarence Town Park Clubhouse on Wednesday, May 20th from 11 until 12. Register at wny-lawyers.com. Park to adopt first comprehensive plan. The Village of Orchard Park officials will hold a brief informational meeting on the final draft of the comprehensive plan on Monday, April 13th. Prior to the anticipated adoption of the plan at the Village Board meeting, Village officials will provide a brief overview of the comprehensive plan and take questions before the Board meets at 7 p.m. A copy of the draft plan is on the Village's website at https://comprehensive-plan.opvillage.wordpress.com. For information about the Village's comprehensive plan project, contact Shannon Atkinson, Deputy Clerk, at orchardparkvillage.org, or call them at 716-662-9327. And before we move to our next paper, we'd like to tell you you're listening to Around Our Area on the Niagara Frontier Radio Reading Service. And we move on to the Hamburg Sun, and this is the Friday, April 10th, 2026 edition. And we go to our first article. Erie County Agricultural Society proposing new building on county fairground site. Plan would see 3 buildings demolished to construct a new 32,850 square foot structure. This is by Chris Graham. The Erie County Agricultural Society is looking to make an adjustment to the Slate Park area of the Erie County Fairgrounds, seeking to demolish 3 buildings to build a new 1-story, 32,850 square foot building. The plan, which has just started to be reviewed by the Town of Hamburg Planning Board, would see the demolition of the State Police building, repelling tower, and the perimeter of the Marketplace building. Replacing the 3 buildings would be the new building, positioned in between the Ag Grange building and the Fireman's building. The whole idea is to make a building that fits in with the aesthetic and architecture that exists there, said Doug Hutter, an architect with Xanax Architectural. We're trying to maintain the whole concept of this park. We don't want a flat, commercial-looking structure. The buildings that are set for demolition have outgrown their useful life, according to Hutter. The construction of the building is expected to take 14 to 16 months. The idea would be to start demolishing some buildings and constructing the new building following this year's fair. Hutter said the expectation is the outside structure of the building will be completed by the fair in 2027. The new building will be opened for the fair in 2028. The new building would provide the fairgrounds with a medium-sized structure as a place for events that do not need the space of a 70,000 square foot event center. The building will be positioned below the event center with a path in between. If there's a connected event, it's a straight path for people to go to, Hutter said. Hutter said the new building, which will be a permanent structure on the fairgrounds, will host Erie County Fair and non-fair events. Once the project is completed, Hutter said there will be more green space in the area than there is currently. The proposal is expected to be back in front of the Planning Board again on Wednesday, May 6th, for a public hearing. Town of Hamburg moving toward granting historic landmark designation to former Bayview Hotel. This also is by Chris Graham. While nothing is finalized, it appears that a historic landmark designation will be granted to the former Bayview Hotel. The Hamburg Historic Preservation Commission has been pushing for the former Bayview Hotel, now the Cowboy on the Lake, at 3800 Hoover Road, to receive the distinction. The commission, back in December, said the building should receive the designation due to its being associated with the local historic individuals and events, being an established feature of the neighborhood, being a prominent gathering place for communities for more than 150 years, and being the most recognizable building in the Hoover Beach area. There are 447 signatures supporting the designation, according to Margaret Van Arsdale, a resident of Hoover Road. The opposition to the designation came from the owner of the building, Ellicott Development, due to feeling the designation couldn't be granted due to criteria listed in the town code, and that the building had several adjustments and modifications since 1805, changing character, defining features from the original structure. Since the meeting in December surrounding the designation, the town held a public hearing on changing some of the language in its code regarding the commission. Historic Preservation Advisory Board. The decision in granting the designation falls to the Hamburg Town Board, but the two sides, the commission and the owner, seem to far apart as of the end of 2025 surrounding the designation. But last month, Town Supervisor Elizabeth Farrell Lorenz provided an encouraging update, stressing that the two sides had been meeting and that she now believes there is a path forward to granting the designation. It's full steam ahead for the designation, Farrell Lorenz said. There were 4 representatives from the Historic Preservation Group that met. I organized a meeting, and they came and met with the owners of the Bayview. We sat around the table, and it's full steam ahead. The owners are on board. They wanted to work with Historic Preservation Group, and we have a draft back from them for the designation. While the two sides have come to an understanding, it's still unknown when the designation may come before the town board for a vote. Town of Hamburg Police Department joins Safe Cam program. Initiative allows residents and businesses to register cameras with police to aid investigations. The Town of Hamburg Police Department is looking to the public to provide assistance for when a crime occurs in the community. The department has joined the Safe Cam program, a nationwide initiative which allows residents and businesses to register cameras they have with the police. There is no cost to register, and the program is completely voluntary. This program does not give police access to your cameras. It acts as a registry to register which homes have cameras, said Police Chief Peter Daines. Those interested in registering can find a registration form on the Police Department section of the town's website. The form will ask for the individual contact information and some basic details about the camera. The information will be kept private and stored securely within the Police Department and the Erie County Crime Analysis Center, with access limited to law enforcement only, police officials said. According to the department, 32 residents have already signed up for the program. Once the program is set up, when a crime takes place in the community, officers will reach out to those who have registered their cameras and are in the area of where the crime was committed to see if there is any usable footage that would assist in the investigation. Any footage obtained may be used in official criminal proceedings. I know there's going to be some people that think we're doing this to spy on them or infringe on their privacy, but that is the farthest thing from the truth, the chief said. This is an investigative tool, and if there is a crime in a neighborhood, the first thing the officers do is canvass the neighborhood. They knock on doors and look for cameras. Dane said the registry will further assist police because of a situation where police would knock on doors and ask if there is any camera footage of an incident. An officer would be able to email a registered resident or business in the area of the committed crime and ask if they potentially have any video of the event. The resident or business would then send the footage to the police if they had something usable. Once they register, and the way the program is going to look, there'll be a map of where these cameras are, so it'll be easy for the investigators to know where to go, Dane said. Rising health insurance costs leading to proposed tax increase for 2026 and 27 for Lakeshore school budget. This is by Chris Gordon. As the Lakeshore Central School District 2026-27 budget building process nears a conclusion, Business Manager Jonathan Perry said residents are facing a 1.46% tax increase due to rising costs of health care, Perry said. At this point, Perry said the nearly $69.3 million proposed spending plan, which includes a 3.11% budget-to-budget increase from the current year, is mainly due to an increase in health insurance. He said the overall increase in the proposed budget is just over $2 million, with over $1 million due to the health insurance cost increase. Perry noted there are other factors that caused the increase, including increases in salaries, but the health insurance was the biggest challenge this year. At this time, the proposed plan is in draft form. The district is still waiting to see what it will be getting in state aid as it awaits approval of the state budget. We hope to see continued aid coming out of the state, Perry said. We hope to see good news coming. He added that it helps with operational costs and would like to see the state recognize the importance the aid has to school districts. The Lakeshore Board of Education will hold its next meeting on Tuesday, April 21st, at which time the budget could be adopted to be placed before voters in May during the annual budget and trustee vote. Perry said this year's vote will also include an annual referendum for the purchase of vehicles for the district, including 2 gasoline minibuses, a dump truck, and a district car, which will be at no additional cost to taxpayers, as the district receives state aid to help pay for them. Town of Boston already looking to load up salt for the winter season. This is by Chris Gordon. As the work of Town and Boston Highway Department turns towards spring, Highway Superintendent Robert Tellick said he is already planning ahead for next winter. Tellick told the board he intends to take advantage of the town contract with Compass Mineral, which expires in August, to make sure the salt barns are filled. We will probably fill our barns as much as we can, Tellick said. He noted that although the town was in decent shape, despite a difficult winter, the department was able to make sure they had enough salt to get through the season. Tellick said the potential of rising salt prices was a major reason why he wants to fill up the barns early this year. He said as far as spring work goes, his crews have begun brush pickup, and that every road will see its brush collected once in April and once in May. Tellick noted residents in need of wood chips should contact the department. We have wood chips available, Tellick said. In another matter, the town supervisor, Jason Keding, said it appears that the site of the former Wirtz Funeral Home on Boston State Road is going to remain stagnant for the time being. He said he had a conversation with Erie County Clerk Michael Kearns, who said that the dilapidated structure will not be part of the next Erie County auction. Unfortunately, we cannot do much, Keding said. This despite having multiple phone calls from people showing interest in the property. The town can take a position of unsafe structure, Keating said. But, he said, beyond that, the only thing the town can do is hire someone to cut the grass to add to the tax rolls. The Boston Town Board will hold its next regular meeting at 7:30 p.m. Wednesday, April 15th. HCSD looking at estimated $92.6 billion budget for 2026-27 school year. This also is by Chris Graham. While still waiting for exact numbers from the state, the Hamburg Central School District is currently proposing a 2026-27 budget of $92.6 million, an increase of just over $3.6 million from last year's plan. Last month, Business Administrator Christine Leschenberg revealed the projected tax levy to be 3.48%, which is projected to bring in a little over $46.1 billion in revenue. For the district's expenses for 2026 and 27, a total of $93.5 million, the district is looking at costs of $41.5 million in contracted salaries, $11.2 million in health insurance, $9.1 million in debt service, $8 million in BOCES, $6.9 million in transportation, and $5.1 million in contractual. There is currently a budget shortfall of $923,661. For staffing, the district currently has 16 retirements across its school buildings. All positions are expected to be filled. The district will also be adding one additional pre-kindergarten teacher to staff a new full-day pre-kindergarten class at the Armour Elementary School. For specific expenses, health insurance is a projected year-to-year increase of just over $330,000, while transportation is projected year-to-year increase of just over $1 million. We're comfortable with a 5% increase in health insurance. I know other districts are going 9%, 11%, but we're doing pretty well, Lunchberg said. Lunchberg said transportation costs don't just include Fisher bus service, but also the fuel and routing software. I have a 4% increase based on what I think this year's transportation expenses are, Lunchberg said. The board vice president, Jessica Reyna, asked if there will be a better service coming from Fisher bus service, citing issues with busing and problems with the GPS software not giving an accurate description of where a bus is. Superintendent Thomas Adams said there has been more of an investment in training Fisher bus service employees in the software over the last month than previously. Lunchberg noted the district still has to finalize its transportation expenses based on the Consumer Price Index. The district is projected to receive $35.4 million in state aid, an increase of over $1.4 million from the 2025-26 school year. As it stands, the district is looking to use $2 million in fund balance and $975,000 for reserves to balance the budget. There's work to be done, said Adams, about getting to a balanced budget. As the district continues to build its budget, is still waiting for updated state aid numbers, has to finalize BOCES expenditures, finalize general liability insurance, and provide a balanced budget. The next time district officials will discuss the budget will be at the Hamburg Board of Education meeting. First 2026 grandstand events revealed at the Erie County Fair. The Erie County Fair has announced the first wave of its 2026 paid grandstand entertainment lineup, featuring ticketed headlining performances at the Buffalo News Grandstand during the upcoming fair. These paid grandstand shows bring a mix of nationally recognized artists spanning classic rock, country, comedy, and modern Americana, offering something for every fairgoer. Additional shows included with fair admission will be announced in May. The ticketed shows include Happy Together Tour, 7:30 p.m. Friday, August 14th, featuring the Association, The Trogs, Chicago, lead singer 1985 to 2016, Jason Schaff, Gary Puckett, The Fortunes, Ron Dante, The Vogues, and the Cowsills. Joe Nichols, Phil Vassar, and Mark Wills at 6 p.m. on Saturday, August 15th. Max McNone with special guest Waylon Wyatt at 7:30 p.m. on Saturday, August 16th. Blues Travelers and Gin Blossoms with special guest Spin Doctors at 6 p.m. on Tuesday, August 18th. Jeff Foxworthy, 7:30 p.m. on Wednesday, August 19th. Tickets for all paid grandstand shows will go on sale to the public beginning on Friday, June 5th at ecfair.org. Members of the Erie County Agricultural Society receive early access to purchase tickets on Thursday, June 4th. Membership applications must be submitted by Sunday, May 31st, and are available at ecfair.org/ECA membership. All ticket purchased in advance will include admission to the fair on the day of the show. And also at the Erie County Fair, the 2006 competitive exhibit entries are now open. The Erie County Fair is now accepting entries for its 2026 competitive exhibits, giving community members of all ages the opportunity to showcase their talents and be part of the long-standing fair tradition. The fair's competitive exhibit program offers thousands of classes designed to celebrate creativity, craftsmanship, and everyday skills. Whether you're a first-time participant or a returning exhibitor, entering the fair is a chance to earn ribbons, win prize money, and have your work displayed for all fairgoers to see in August. New in 2026, exhibitors can take part in editions like the Paint the Fair, hay bale decorating, and bench murals competition, as well as youth-focused opportunities, including the Junior Scarecrow competition and the Junior Farmer Potato on the Spot competition. The Bucket of Junk competition also returns. In addition, select classes throughout the fair will recognize and celebrate America's 250th anniversary, highlighting themes of tradition, creativity, and community. With categories spanning 11 departments, 294 divisions, and 2,255 classes, there is something for everyone to enter. Departments include the Ag Range, Best of the Bar, Culinary Arts, Environment and Sportsman, Fine Arts and Photography, Home Arts and Skilled Trades, Historical, Juniors, National Garden Club Flower Show, Needlework, and Wood Carving. Exhibitors ages 13 and up can enter unlimited classes for a single $25 entry fee and will receive 3 admission tickets to the fair. Junior exhibitors ages 5 to 12 can also enter unlimited classes for just $5 and receive free daily admission. Most competitive exhibit entries will close on Monday, July 13th, and participants are encouraged to enter early and begin planning their projects now. The fair is set to be held Wednesday, August 12th through Sunday, August 23rd, provides a platform for individuals and families to celebrate tradition, creativity, and community, while sharing their talents with a wide audience. Full entry details, including class listings, rules, and deadlines, are available now at ecfair.org. Frontier well represented at All-County Festival. Top senior high band, chorus, and orchestra students from Frontier High School showcased their talents at the Erie County Music Education Association Senior High All-County Festival at Williamsville South High School on March 20th and March 21st. The event is reserved for the region's most gifted senior high musicians who demonstrated their skills during an audition process. Frontier musicians who took part were Aiden Butler, Anthony Caruso, Drew Dvorsky, Kylie Ferry, Ella Gunn, Luke Gushard, Brianna Hogg, Dylan Korzinski, Ellie LeBeau, Nathan Nagain, Luke Arcott, Sophia Piazza, Vincent Poppenberg, Alicia Rosado, Tanner Rutz, Lydia Salzman, Brady Sullivan, James Taggart, Nolan Traverse, and Colin Zimmer. LSCSD raises over $19,000 for Bald for Bucks. Lakeshore Central School District students, staff, and community members gathered on April 1st at J.T. Waugh Elementary for the 24th annual Bald for Bucks event. Participants shaved their heads, cut their hair for donation, or added festive tinsel and dye to raise $19,092 for cancer research at Roswell Park Comprehensive Cancer Center. The event honors a legacy that started in 2002, when Lakeshore teacher Tony George promised his sister Kathleen that he would go bald until her hair grew back following her treatments. That personal act of solidarity sparked a student-led movement that has since transformed Lakeshore into the headquarters for a global fundraising phenomenon. Seeing our students stand up with such bravery reminds us that the Lakeshore experience is about so much more than what happens in the classroom, said Lakeshore Superintendent Phil Johnson. This tradition is woven into the very fabric of our town. Whether it's a student shaving their head for the first time or a staff member who has participated for 20 years, it's about showing our neighbors that they never have to walk a difficult path alone. We are incredibly proud of our Eagles for their heart and their leadership. The district's fundraising efforts will continue as they push toward a $20,000 goal. Feed More Western New York Foundation announces Spring Plant Sale fundraiser. The Feed More Western New York Foundation plant sale is back in time for Mother's Day gifts and spring planting for flowers, fruits, and vegetables. Now through Friday, April 24th, participants have the option to purchase hanging baskets, potted plants, and annual flats. Individuals can order online at feedmorewesternnewyork.org/plant sale. Participants who place an online order will select the voucher for redemption at either Lavacat's Family Greenhouse and Nursery at 8441 County Road in East Amherst, Vanguard's Greenhouse at 230 French Road in West Seneca, or Chevetta's Potatoes and Greenhouse at 9784 Brand Angola Road in Angola. The voucher can only be used at a specific location for which it was purchased. Participants may select their plants at Lovacut's, Banger's Greenhouse, and Chevetta's Potatoes and Greenhouse throughout the month of May. Proceeds from the plant sale will benefit Feed More Western New York. In addition, the fundraiser is partnering with Lakeside Sod Supply Company's Give and Grow program. Use Feed More's code FEEDMORE26 to save $5 on purchases. For every big yellow bag of black garden soil sold using code FEEDMORE26, $10 is donated directly to Feed More. The Feed More Western New York Foundation's annual plant sale offers a meaningful way to support Feed More Western New York while taking care of everything you need for spring planting. Whether you're looking for a beautiful hanging basket for a Mother's Day gift, a potted plant to kick off your vegetable garden, or an annual plant to spruce up your landscaping, our 3 partner greenhouses have high-quality selections to suit your needs, said Kate Evans, Chief Development Officer for Feed More. We're also excited that Lakeside Sod Supply Company is adding their support by donating $10 for every big yellow bag sold using code FEEDMORE26. Funds raised through the plant sale will help nourish Western New Yorkers of all ages who are experiencing food insecurity. For questions or additional information, contact Jenna Curran, Special Events Specialist for Feed More, at 716-822-2005, extension 3082, or go to jccurran at feedmorewny.org. You've been listening to Around Our Area, a weekly look at community newspapers from around Western New York. Your reader for this hour has been Sally Herzog. Thank you so much for listening.
Coming up next in the Niagara Frontier Radio Reading Service, we have the Ampol Eagle. At 4 o'clock, we have the Grand Island Niagara County Tribune Sentinel. And following that, at 5 o'clock, we have the Lockport Union Sun and Journal. Stay with us for these readings and more throughout the day. The following program is intended for listeners who are blind, have low vision, or have another print disability, which makes reading